If you make a lot of workshop jigs and fixtures, you probably have used quite a bit of this stuff. This is aluminum T-track. Really handy stuff. You can get all sorts of clamps and hold downs and other accessories that will fit inside it. The problem is it can get pretty expensive, as much as $6 a foot at the woodworking suppliers. You can find some cheaper sources online, especially in quantity, but it seems like you never have enough of it on hand when you need it, and that can slow your project down. So why not just make it yourself? That's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. You will need 2 router bits, but I bet you already have one of them. It's a simple straight bit. The other one is a T-slot bit. This isn't that expensive, and it's just a one-time purchase that can be used to make miles of this stuff for what amounts to pennies a foot over time. But first, let's talk about wood. You're going to want hardwood. No pine, it won't be strong enough for this. The strength of the T-tracks comes in the upper lips. The thinner those are, or the softer the wood is, the more likely they are to break under pressure. I like the upper lips to be at least 3/16 of an inch thick. Likewise, you want a thick enough bottom so your track won't split down the middle. 1/4 inch is about right for that. The first cut is made with a 5/16 inch straight router bit that's set to cut a 1/2 inch deep. This leaves about 1/4 inch of a material that will be the bottom of the T-track. We're using a power feeder on this router table, but that's not necessary. A regular router table with push blocks will work just fine. After the initial groove is cut, swap over to your T-slot bit. Now I'm going to put a link to the ones I use in the description below this video. You'll find that a lot of them come in 2 sizes. I normally use the smaller one when I'm working with 3/4 inch thick hardwood. If I'm using thicker hardwood, then I would use the larger T-slot bit. Now, if you're wondering what the real difference between the large and small bits are, other than the size, the large one creates a slot which a 1/4 inch nut or the head of a 1/4 inch bolt will fit right in, while the smaller one cuts a slot that is used for those flat oval nuts and the heads of T-bolts. Now, if you have to move your router table fence to install the new bit, make sure that you mark its original position. You want to be able to get that fence right back in the same spot, because then you'll be able to make your second pass directly down the center of that first groove. Notice I didn't cut quite as deep with the slot cutting bit. That left a shallow channel in the bottom of the groove. I think that's better for those flat oval nuts. We cut these T-tracks right into the aprons that attach to our miter saw workstation. But you could trim away the excess wood on each side, and you'll have a strip of wooden T-track that's a bit bulkier than the extruded aluminum stuff, but it will sure be a lot cheaper in the long run. I'm serious, give it a try. You may never buy aluminum T-track again. Now, you want to see something else interesting? 3M says their Cubitron 2 sandpaper is a revolutionary advancement in abrasive technology. What makes Cubitron paper different is the grit is made up of ceramic pyramids, which slice the fibers of the wood rather than plowing troughs through them like the grain of the tiny rocks that are found on other sandpaper. The result is an abrasive that works faster and stays cooler, so it lasts longer, significantly longer, like 5 or 6 times longer than the cheap stuff, and about twice as long as even other premium sandpapers. 3M Cubitron 2 destroyed Mirka, Klingspor, all the brands that are generally considered to be really good stuff. The Cubitron genuinely lasts a lot longer. I assume it must keep it cooler, perhaps it optimizes the way it cuts. I honestly don't understand how it works. It just works better than any other sandpaper I've used. All I can say is try it. Just 1 pack. You'll see what I mean. And if you do, please use the link below this video, which is to a small family business, and that business is well worth supporting.